Hit a grand slam with your next project and head to your local Home Hardware with over 1,000 locations across Canada. Home Hardware is locally owned, genuinely Canadian. It is now time for the big board presented by Bet365. It's great to see Blake Murphy, who knows the history of the Blue Jays and therefore knows that there have been managers of the Blue Jays in the past who found bunting abhorrent. This manager is not one of those people.
Not only does he not find it abhorrent, he's found a team and trained a team that is pretty darn good at them. The Blue Jays, after last night, are now 18-3 in games where they even attempt a sacrifice bunt. This is at a time when sacrifice bunting is not very en vogue in baseball, and the Blue Jays are very good at it. And this is relevant because we've heard a lot from Yankees people and in general lately about run differential. And it's true, the Blue Jays do not have a terrific run differential relative to their record so far. That is somewhat important. If we look at teams who have made the World Series, won their league over the last 25 years, about 3/4 of them have a really strong run differential of 80 runs or higher. The Jays aren't doing that right now. But then you ask why? How do these teams without them do very well? You have a 2006 and 2011 St. Louis Cardinals team that came through in the clutch a lot. The 2014 and 2015 Royals had an elite 7th, 8th, 9th inning guys. For the Blue Jays, it's about their ability to win these very close games, in part because of, yes, even in 2025, playing some small ball. They have attempted 28 sacrifice bunts this year and been successful on 25 of them. That includes 8 times where the runner ends up on first base. I have a little bit of a theory about this, and it's that because teams don't bunt a lot anymore, defenses aren't very good at defending against them. The Blue Jays have had a lot of success. More than 2/3 of the runners that they've bunted up have come around to score.
Interesting. You would like to explain why the Angels have a center fielder who is proof that sometimes you need to be very patient with a prospect.
Very patient and relevant with the draft around the corner and a lot of interesting high school names in it because Jo Adell was a 2017 first-round pick. They kind of rushed him to the majors at age 21, and here in year 6, he's finally figuring it out. Now, what's going right for Jo Adell? It's kind of similar to what's happened with Addison Barger. There is a ton of bat speed involved here, so Jo Adell hits the ball incredibly hard. Now, he's always done that, but you'll see in some of these clips, he's not using a leg kick in some of them. He's using a small leg kick in some of them. Before, he used to have this very, very pronounced leg kick. He couldn't really make contact with it. He's quieted that down a little bit, and that's allowed him to trim the strikeout rate, get the walks up, but most importantly, when he gets to that really fast swing, he drives it a ton. Very similar story to what's helped Addison Barger break out. Barger is, of course, a lefty and a year younger, but when you look at some of their underlying metrics, they're very, very similar at a similar point in their careers. When we look at the expected stats as well as the batted ball stuff, it doesn't look like Addison Barger's going to slow down. It doesn't look like Jo Adell's going to slow down, although Jo Adell will probably be a little bit more streak prone with the power just because of the swing and miss.
Age and wisdom going hand in hand. Imagine that. Great to see Blake Murphy. That is the big board presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.